is why my son is with his wife. So I'm sorry she couldn't be here. She sends her greetings and apologizes that she couldn't be here today too. I think installation is actually a really good word for me being the pastor here, because I'm just a speaker. So if you look up there at that black box, you'll see that it's really just some pieces of wood and other materials that I don't really know what's in it, but it's just empty, connected to the one who's really giving voice to truth. And that's really what I am. I'm just being installed as a speaker today, and hopefully we'll always hear God's voice through me.
Amen.
Because it's just sitting there, that's all it is, you know. At the same time, I don't want to negate the awesome honor and responsibility that it is to be a pastor. And it means to be a person who loves Jesus and shares that love with friends in the congregation. Each of you, in the next few years, we're going to be on a journey together. And as long as Jesus is leading, I'm good with it. How many of you suffer through what is called January blues? Anybody go through a little down feeling? Especially, how many of you still have your Christmas lights up to help defray some of those blue feelings? I know my family, we still have those Christmas lights up. When I was growing up, I would often experience those downs after Christmas was over. Thanksgiving's done, Christmas is done, family's back to where they were, and all of the festivities are over with, and it was kind of a letdown and sad time until I turned 17 years old. I was working at the farm at Blue Mountain Academy. There's something about working on the farm that can change your attitude. So I was telling the farm manager one morning, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, we were milking cows together, pretty early morning starts, and I was telling him, it was in January, and I said, Christmas is over and I'm feeling a little blue, and he says, oh man, you can't be blue if you're a farmer. I said, why not? And he says, January is the most optimistic time for a farmer. I said, it is? Yeah, I was thinking, you can't do anything out in the field. Nothing's going to grow. You can't even plow. I wasn't optimistic, so he was happy to launch into a little discourse about why January is so optimistic. And he explained that farmers go out into the field even when there's snow on the field. And they survey, and they dream, and they think about what the next crop is going to be. They anticipate what the precipitation is going to be for the coming year. And then they go out and they fix their equipment, the tractor and the plow, so that when April comes around and you need to get in at that little small window of opportunity to plant your crop, he said to me, he says, we can get in and wail. And I knew what that meant. How many of you don't know what wail means? Okay, well, there's a scripture that talks about wailing. Not the weeping and the wailing, but if your hand, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Okay, that would be what he would say is wailing. And sometimes if it was time to go out and bale hay, we had to get the bales in before the rain would come. And so he'd organize all the workers. We were, 17-year-olds, and we had to get out there and bale. So he gathers together and he'd assign us what we were supposed to do. And then he'd look us all in the eye and he says, all right, everybody, let's wail.